Daniel E. Mowing customer Langhorne off of Brownsville Road. Scope of work is going to be 2 tree removal, possible stump grinding, and stone hallway. I don't know if we're going to take on this project at all, or parts of it or pieces of it or not. But anyway, if we tackle the whole thing start to finish, if we feel like we can tackle it, scope of work is going to be this tree removal. So it's pretty straightforward. It's about a 10-foot tree. Just cut it, remove it. I'll put the stump grinding as separate if PG wants to come out and do that if he wants it. Dan's getting a fence put in, FYI. That's the reason for all this work. This tree is like a 40-foot tree, I'd say. It's very skinny, not a ton of branches off it. Big problem is it's leaning so much to the neighbor, and it kind of just veers off. It gets fairly thin at the top, but all them branches, that's still a good bit of weight. Very hesitant on if we'll be able to handle this and not damage anything with the neighbor's property. So I don't know if we can tackle that or not. I'm seeing if PG can help. If not, if we think somehow, if DJ, I'm sending this to you, if you feel like you can tackle this, I would say your best bet is get as high as you can, trim any branches if you can reach any at all. Maybe with the 12-foot you can snip a couple. Get a rope as high as you can, tie it as high as you can, have somebody down here on the ground kind of pulling it into this general area. As long as it lands over here, we're okay. And then whoever's up there with the 12-foot, they chainsaw it as high as they can while that person's pulling the rope. And then as it cuts, ideally you cut it, like start cutting it a little bit, and then it cracks and kind of falls in a perfect world. And then even like you cut it enough and then we try to pull on it and let it crack and just dangle and then drop would be ideal. You know, that's kind of what I would think. So you would get as high as you can and cut from the top, cut it down, and just go slow. And then once you feel like it's getting thin, have the people on the ground try to yank on it with the rope and try to crack it. Ideally it would crack and then just hang, and then we finish it off, and then the rest of the way shouldn't be a problem really. Just chop it down piece by piece or whatever. But anyway, that's the tree deal. He would have to grind the stumps anyway. If PG says he can handle it, I'll just let him rock with it. But if he can't and we decide we're going to do it, next scope of work, if we want to again tackle this, I sent this to Shane, but there is a ton of stone here. It's like a natural kind of wall here that's just built up 3 layers high. He wants it all hauled away, so it runs pretty much the length of the property. It is a good bit of stone. I mean, they're bigger pieces. Probably want to get some type of equipment here to kind of like a skid loader that we bring, kind of get it as close with a bucket to here, throw it into the bucket, something that would allow us to go then dump it into the dump truck or something, or the dump trailer or whatever. But anyway, hauling away all this stone here so that he can get his fence in. Most of the pieces you can just pick up. Some, like a solo person could pick up some. There might be a 2-man lift. Nothing looks completely incredible that you wouldn't be able to lift up. You need a crane or something that I see. The tough part is just like a lot of growth around it and the ground and all that, so it's just a little bit funky. But anyway, clearing all the stone back to here, and that's it. And then like access, I asked him if we could put the dump trailer right here on the lawn. He didn't like the idea. He had a new patio. He said all this ground's really soft. He's got drains put into the ground, new grass coming up, so he really doesn't want trucks backed up on it. So I would say, you know, we'll get the dump trailer in the driveway as close as we can, but we won't be able to put it on the lawn. And then whatever skid loader or whatever we do, I would try to pick a path and follow that path ideally. He doesn't have like the nicest of lawn in the world, so I don't know if it's necessary to go as far as like plywood or anything to protect it, but I would say, like, for instance, don't run the skid loader over this new part. Kind of pick a path that's maybe as close to this ground cover as you can get it, where the lawn's not really that great anyway. So if we tear it a little bit, I mean, it's not pristine shape, and then like follow a path down here, if that makes sense. Try to avoid, I know it'll be shorter and it'll be natural tendency to shortcut through his lawn, but I think if we keep doing that the whole time with rock, it's gonna just tear his whole lawn up. So ideally, if we can isolate it to here, worst case, they're putting a fence in anyway, so I'm sure they're gonna jack up the soil a little bit. We can always seed it later in the fall, but try to run that, you know, skid steer or skid loader or whatever you have, you kind of in a same path that we're jacking up. Get as close to the rock and kind of toss the rock into the thing and haul it away. So that's what I got.